How you doing? Duff here. I'm not sure if this is going to be a Tacoma video, a electric unicycle video, a brain dump video. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of everything. Who knows? But since I'm sitting in the Tacoma, just want to mention, since my last service visit, I haven't had any additional problems. I did mention in my video about the Tacoma that they did run the they did reprogram the transmission again, and I'm assuming, because I read in the comments that there was a revision 2 of that programming that was available, because someone was complaining that their dealer would not reapply it since it was applied once. So I'm wondering if they applied the revision 2 version for TSB. I think it's 0. I can't remember the damn TSB for it. I'll put it up in the video. But anyways, I'm kind of assuming that they applied revision 2. I haven't had any of the surging. Well, I shouldn't say that. The day after I got it back, it did surge first thing in the morning, very, very slightly. Haven't had any other issues since then. Been keeping an eye on my mileage. My mileage has been good. On my commute to and from work, I've been averaging 25 miles per gallon plus. My overall tank average right now is 23.6. So the mileage is still strong. And like I said, I haven't really noticed any other issues since then. So knock on wood, so far so good on the Tacoma front. When I pulled up to the school, I thought it was kind of odd that the parking lot looked so empty, considering it's a Thursday night. You know, usually there's a lot of stuff still going on in schools then, but I just noticed on the sign as I pulled in, I forgot that right now they have a spring break down here in my area, where they closed the school for a week in March, and right now they are in the middle of that spring break, so that's why it's quieter than normal here, which I guess is good for me. I'm dressed warmer than you would normally see. Today the high was only 72. It was in the upper 40s this morning, so this will probably be our last cold snap that we have in Florida for quite a while, so it might be my last opportunity to wear a sweatshirt for a while, so thought I'd take advantage of it. Like I said, right now it's 72, which isn't too cold, but it's a little breezy, and since my blood is somewhat thinned since moving to Florida from Pennsylvania, I probably would be chilly if I did not have anything on besides a t-shirt. I decided to bring the M Super out tonight because it's my most comfortable wheel to ride by far. So I saw Marty's ride with his buddy, I think his name's Jeff, around some very, very tough looking terrain out in California. The trails look ridiculous. And the freaking potholes and the angles and the loose dirt and the rock, and it looked quite challenging. And because Marty brought his ACM, I think Jeff has an ACM as well, he didn't have any sort of built-in trolley handle that the M Super has. So in these really shitty spots where the wheel could not be ridden, they had to pick it up and lug it and carry it. Either carry it or bend over awkwardly and push it. So yeah, that's a situation where I'm very, very appreciative of the M Super built-in trolley handle. It makes the situations a little bit more tolerable. I also saw Matthias posted a video recently, EU guy on YouTube. He hasn't been posting much lately because I don't remember exactly where he lives, but it's an area that gets brutally cold in the winter, so electric unicycle riding in the winter is pretty much off the menu. So it must be getting a little bit better there now that he's posting videos again. But his latest video was him upgrading the controller board on his ACM from a 6 MOSFET board to a 12 MOSFET board. And I thought it was interesting the way he demonstrated the difference. How when he was rocking back and forth on the old board, you could hear it kind of cut out when you suddenly change directions. And then once he swapped it over to the 12 MOSFET board, that behavior did not occur. So I'm curious what his experience will be overall with the upgraded board. And I'm also curious if it would have prevented him from face planting at 45 kilometers an hour like he did on his ACM. I'm just curious if a 12 MOSFET board would have held up a little bit longer in that situation. So I don't think that he's gonna test the upper speed limit of the ACM again, but it would be an interesting experiment. So let's switch back to the Tacoma. I've been trying to think about what else I want to do as far as mods or upgrades to the Tacoma. And one of the things that I was thinking about was a catback exhaust. Maybe. You know, they have kits. I've seen people, you know, that have installed it, and it's simple to do. It's something that I should be able to do myself, no problem. I guess my big question is will I really get my money's worth? Because, you know, the truck is a V6, so it's not going to have the kind of exhaust note that a big V8 will have, regardless of what exhaust you put on it. I don't really think so. I'm just debating if it's worth, I don't know, it could be $500 or $600, something around there. Put a catback exhaust on here to have you know, maybe only a marginal sound difference. So I guess I need to do some more research as far as the different systems out there, and just, I don't know, maybe I can find some before and after videos. So I have seen a couple where they did a before and after exhaust sound comparison, and at least on my computer I could not hear the difference that seemed significant. So I don't really want to just throw money after that if it's not going to really make a difference that I care about, or that I notice. And yeah, some of the other popular mods that people do on this is they swap out the headlights for LEDs. Some people do the tailgate lock. You know, you can make the tailgate a power lock. But to be honest, again, neither of those mods really seem, I don't know, they don't seem necessary to me. The headlights to me look fine. You know, they don't look yellow or anything. I know the LEDs look brighter, and the color of the white light is cooler in temperature, the way it looks. But I don't know, the way it looks now, it seems just fine to me. So again, I just need to do something just for the sake of doing it. I saw Tacoma Bandit put an upgraded skid plate. Well, actually his friend, I forget, is his buddy's name Chris? I think, I'm not 100% sure. But they put an upgraded skid plate on his Tacoma, his 2016 Tacoma. But those guys do a lot of off-roading. They both have 4x4s. Mine's a 4x2, so, and I don't off-road, obviously. So, again, maybe a cool looking mod, but as far as practicality, pretty low on my scale. I did see another interesting Tacoma video this week. It was about some guy that traded his 2016 Tacoma in for a 2017 Tacoma. And if you're like me, you're probably wondering, well, why would you do that? The trucks are almost identical. And the reason was, his 2016 was a TRD Sport extended cab long bed 4x4, which is a combination that I believe is very, very rare. I don't think a lot of TRD Sports are 4x4s, actually, to be honest with you. But anyways, he liked the truck, but his issue was, I guess he got more and more interested in off-roading. And what he found was the extended wheelbase that truck has, because that's the longest wheelbase by far, because it's an extended cab and it's a long bed, so the wheelbase is very, very long. And what he found was it was causing him to get hung up a lot. You know, when he was going off-roading, because he had such a long wheelbase, he was bottoming out and getting stuck in certain spots, and he didn't like that. So he went and traded that in for a 2017 TRD off-road, 4x4 obviously, short bed. I think he got an extended cab short bed, and he said that difference chopped about 13 inches off the wheelbase, which is pretty significant. And he's much happier now. So again, not that I have any plans to do that either, but I just thought it was kind of interesting Tacoma stuff. I've been trying to think about if I want to do anything cool this weekend as far as taking the electric unicycle out. You know, last week I did the beach ride, and that was unique and fun and cool. There's two other places that I've been thinking about going. One is that Shark Valley that I think I spoke about. That's about an hour away. It's off Alligator Alley. It's supposed to be a really cool bike trail. Very beautiful. And the other was going to Ding Darling, which is I don't know if it's a national park. It's a wildlife center. I don't know if it's a national park. It might be, but that's up in Sanibel Island, which again, even though it's not as far away, it'll probably take me a good hour to get there as well, just because of the roads you need to take to get there. And that's another really, really pretty area. Actually, I had only gone there once with my ex-wife. I think we took our bikes, and it was probably, wow, it might have been a dozen years ago. And to be honest, I'm not really sure why I haven't thought about going back there, but that just popped into my head as well. The other issue is I have to see who would want to go. You know, if need be, I'll go myself. Katie's been kind of busy doing other things. And it seems like spending time with us on the electric unicycles is not a very high priority in her life right now. So I kind of have not even thought about asking her about it. And Cindy still is not good enough on the electric unicycle to do long rides, I don't think. Well, she's getting close. She hasn't really been doing any practicing other than the times you see her on film. So her progress isn't going as quickly as it could. But I don't know if she would want to do those trips either, so we'll see. Maybe I'll do them solo, maybe someone will come with me, or maybe I won't do them at all. So how's that for a definitive answer? Tonight they start the county fair, which is a big deal. It's held at the county fairgrounds, which is like a mile from the house. And I've gone pretty much every year. I find it entertaining in a very silly way. You know, just a lot of the acts are kind of low end, and you know, it's lots of bad food, and it's very interesting people watching. But since it's so close, you know, I always try to go just to take it in. And plus, they have a lot of animals, farm animals and stuff, and you know, I like seeing them. May even have some exotic animals as well. So I like going there to see the animals for sure. So maybe we will be going there probably next week, I would imagine. It goes for like 10 days, so we got some time. Bump. Alright, we made it. Oh, I forgot, I wanted to recommend some kid that I follow on YouTube. It's not real, well, I think he's 26 or 27, so he's not a kid, but at my age, that seems to be a kid. But I find his name is Will Prowse. And I'll put a link to his channel up there or somewhere on the screen here. But he's very interesting. He lives out of a Toyota RV, and he doesn't work. He lives out in California. He has his RV all decked out with high-end solar equipment, so he powers everything off of his solar rig. He has some deep cell marine batteries. And they're actually the reason I stumbled across him in the first place is he also has an electric unicycle. It's I think it's a Kingsong 14C or something like that, which again he charges off his solar system. And he rides it all over the place out there. And but in addition to living out his RV and riding electric unicycles, he's also extremely intelligent. Has all this medical knowledge. He's had some medical problems. He's written some medical books. And he basically is able, his expenses are so low that he can live out of his RV, not work, and he lives off the proceeds from his books and his YouTube channel, basically, and some other affiliate stuff that he has. So yeah, if you want to check out a different kind of channel that's interesting, check out Will Prowse. I also wanted to mention, Tashawn posted a video. He has, I don't know, 4 electric unicycles, I think, something like that. And he also bought one of those one wheels. I don't know if you've ever seen them. They look like mutant skateboards, basically, except it just has one big fat tire in the middle, and then it's kind of a seesaw, front and back. and I've seen them for a while, and they never really interested me because, well, I should say they didn't interest me once I learned to ride an electric unicycle. Because it just seemed like they would be more limiting. That it seems like the control would be kind of klutzy, not as precise as the electric unicycle. The tire is smaller. Although I have seen that people take them like on soft sand through water, so I guess they're built to take a beating, and they can probably do some conditions that an electric unicycle cannot do, like soft sand. But it just never appealed to me. It just did not look like fun. And Deshaun got his, and he struggled on it at first, and he's really coordinated on his electric unicycle, so I was kind of surprised that he struggled at all, to be honest with you. But it seemed as the video got deeper in, he got better at it, and he seemed to like it more than I thought he would, to be honest with you. I think I just said that 30 seconds ago, sorry. But yeah, he seems to like it, but it just does not seem like something for me. You know, I don't think that I will ever be a one-wheel guy. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but one other thing I forgot I wanted to mention about Matthias is I really like the way that he puts his videos together. He rarely talks. He hardly ever talks in his videos, but he cuts things together in an interesting way. He uses a lot of different camera angles, music, some good clips to get his point across in an entertaining way. And Matthias, if you're seeing this video, good job, man. I like what you do. Keep doing it. To be even more random, let me talk about World of Warcraft, which I've talked about I think once before while I was riding around. I've spent a good portion, I don't know how many hours, I haven't timed it, but over the last 4 or 5 days, or within the last week I guess, mixed in and out, I've spent tons and tons of time trying to perform the stuff necessary to obtain a special mount in the game. And I'm not going to bore you with the details of what it does or why I would want it, but it's funny that I find that, and this is one of the things that sucked me into the game in the first place, was somehow, even though these are all virtual things that you're doing virtual things to accomplish virtual goals and to acquire virtual items. It almost has the same sort of satisfaction as doing it in real life, which may be funny, may be weird, may be sick to some people, but it's true. And if you've ever played those kind of games, you might understand what I mean. But you know, the primary thing that I use it for is just an escape, and it literally is like living on a different planet. A game like that, a MMORPG, massively multiplayer online role-playing game. It is literally like living on another planet. It's just one big world that you literally travel from one spot to another, and there's an entire environment around the way. Just as I'm riding down here the sidewalk in these games, it's very similar that you're existing, just in a different way, but you're existing. So, and again, like I said, if anyone ever tried one of those games, you know what I mean. If not, you think I'm nuts or retarded or whatever. And I might be, who knows. There's like no one here. No one. Extremely rare. Let's see if I can get off the sidewalk and get on the lip. Let's see. Can we do it? Yes, we can. You just have to be very careful where you're choosing to get on the asphalt, because certain areas have bigger lips like that, or even bigger lips like that, which could be painful. It would be so funny to ride these wheels to the county fair. I'm sure Cindy won't go for it, but it'd be pretty damn funny. And just cart them around with us. Back to that good-looking truck. that was a lot of gabbing for a short ride, I think. I haven't looked at the timer on it, but it seemed like that was a lot of footage. So hopefully this weekend I get to shoot some more, go somewhere interesting, do something different. But you never know. Because like anyone else that'll tell you that's been on the planet for 49 years, life gets complicated at various times, and you just deal with it. It's what you got to do. So anyways, that's it. That's the Thursday night ride. Maybe some people liked it that it was random and all over the place. Maybe some people found it annoying as hell. If so, I apologize. But do take a minute to like and subscribe. Helps out the channel. Until next time, Duffman out.